Hi guys, welcome to my channel. This is Rajesh Yadav, and in today's session I am going to cover intro questions based on format and INFORMAT. So let's move on to the next slide. This is about me. Let's move on to the next slide. Okay guys, I just want to make an announcement. If you want to learn SAS from me, you can contact on below details. Let's move on to the first question. What is format and INFORMAT, and what is the difference between both of them? Let's first read the answer, then I will explain. Formats and informats are predefined patterns for interpreting or displaying data values. This means informats are applied at input or reading time. For example, while reading data from for raw data files or reading in-stream data, whereas formats are used when we write values to the output data set. Formats and informats are of two types. One is system defined and another one is user defined. So guys, formats and informats are basically interpret or label the values. So SAS dates are number of days from 1st January 1960. So the dates are number of days. So if number of days are mentioned in any variable, how do we interpret what date is exactly, what month, what year it is? So to understand that, we need to apply formats. So when we apply formats we generally write to output data set. But when we are reading a raw data or maybe in-stream data, so we'll understand the in-stream data in upcoming question. But when we read a data using input and data lines, that data is called in-stream data. So if we have date like 22nd May 2022. So this date is date 9. How SAS will understand? We need to let the SAS know that whatever data we are reading is a date 9 format data. So we need to apply that into informats because we are reading data. Alright, so this is the difference between both of them. I hope this is clear. Let's move on to the next question. Write a program to create user-defined format to convert numeric gender values into full gender name in below employee dataset. So guys, we are already know about system generated formats like date time, okay, comma or currency dollar. Such formats we already know, but we are going to focus more on user defined formats. All right, so in this question what we need to do is we have an employee data set, EMP input data set, we have ID variable and gender variable. So we want to interpret or label gender values and make it meaningful. So 1 means male, 2 means female, 3 means trans, and 4 means unknown. So we will interpret these values this way. So for that we need to create a user defined format. How do we create user defined format? Let's see in the answer. So in the first screenshot at bottom, we will use proc format, then we will use value and then name of the format. So since the variable gender has numeric values 1, 2, 3, 4, so this format is a numeric format. So that's why we haven't applied any dollar sign at the start of the name of the format. Here we are saying to SAS that wherever value 1 comes, replace it with male. Wherever value 2 comes, replace it with female, so on, trans and unknown. This way we have created the format. So once we created this, we will apply this format. So we are creating employee data set using this EMP data set, and now we are applying the format. So how do we apply format? So we apply format using format gender, this is the name of the variable, and then the name of the format. So when we do this and we run this, we'll get this output. So now you can see 101 has male. In source data we have 1, but here it is male, and for 102 it is female. So now we have applied the label or interpreting or change the displaying value, but in the source, in the core, actual value is what? 1, 2, 3, 4. So you may be thinking that while looking in the output data set, gender variable is showing character values. So this variable is character. No, this is not a character variable. Let's understand this. So I have run the proc content of this output data set, and if you can see in on the last screenshot, so gender variable type is numeric, length, and what format we have applied? We have applied gen dot format. So we are seeing that values are character, but the actual values are 1, 2, 3. They are in backend or background. I hope this is clear. Let's move on to the next question. Write a program to create INFORMAT to convert grades into percentage in below dataset. So we have grades in input dataset. A plus we need to interpret as 100, A 96, A minus 92, B plus 88, B 84, B minus 80, and F means 60. That means fail or something. These may be not the actual grades, but I have created just for the understanding purpose. So here what we need to create? We need to create in format. That means we need to read any raw data or in-stream data. So how we will do this? Let's see in the answer. So first we need to create a user-defined in format. So how do we create in format? So we'll use proc format, then we use in value. So guys, when we create format, we were using value, but this time we are creating in format, so we are using in value. If you can see in the previous question, what we were using? Value. Okay guys, so got it? So to create in formats, we use in value, then the name of the in format grades. So what we are saying, wherever A plus comes, then change it to 100. Then A equal 96, A minus 92, B plus 88, B 84. Similar ways we will define the proc format. Now we will apply this newly created grades in format to the student grades dataset. So this is the dataset student grades, and actually we are creating a dataset. So now we will create a dataset student grades and will read the data. So here we are using input statement, and the variable is id and then grades, and we have applied the in format grades. So we are using input statement, that's why this is not a format, this is in format. We can use in format statement also, but that is not required. We are using input, then data lines. So this data, whatever we are reading using data lines, this is called in stream data. When we run this code, we will get this result. So 101 grade 100, 102 96, 103 92. Let's see the proc content of that particular output data set. So we see variable name grade, type is numeric, and length is 8. You may be wondering that in stream data has character values A plus, A minus, but in output it is 100, 96, and in proc content it is showing numeric. So this is not same as format, this is in format. So we are telling SAS that wherever A plus is coming, that means we are getting 100, and 100 is a numeric value. So in the source, 100 is going and storing into the background. 100 is storing as a data for this input data set. It's not applying only the format, but it is understanding the data and then it is storing. So that's why 100 is stored at backend. That's why the type of this variable is numeric. I hope this is clear. Let's move on to the next question. How to remove already applied format on DOJ variable. So we have this data set, and in this data set we have employee ID and DOJ variable, and we can see that this variable has a format that is date 9. So we need to remove that format from this. How do we do that? So we will use format statement, and then we'll name of the variable, and after the name of the variable we will not apply any format. So we'll keep it blank. So any format that is already applied on DOJ, it will get removed. So you can see into the proc content here, no format is showing. I hope this is clear. Let's move on to the next question. Write a program to create income pyramid format and apply on below EMP data. So guys, here you will see the power of format. Whatever we can achieve using if else statement, we can achieve using format also. So it will help a lot in analysis. So in that question, we have an income pyramid. Okay, this may be not accurate, but I have created for the understanding purpose. So if a person or a family that is earning less than 100,000, that comes under poor. If a person is earning or a family is earning greater than 100,000, that means 1 lakh, and greater than equal to 1 lakh or less than equal to 2 lakh, that comes under lower. Similarly, middle class greater than 2 lakh and less than equal to 5 lakh, and for upper middle class greater than 5 lakh and less than equal to 1 million, that is 10 lakh, and rich people are greater than 1 million. So how do we create? In this income pyramid, we can see range is used, greater than equal to 1 lakh, less than equal to 2 lakh. So this is range. So far we have seen the example where we haven't used any range. We are simply applying values. So how do we create a user defined format using range? Let's see the answer. So this is the way in the first screenshot we will create user defined format for the range. So we are using value, name of the format. Now we are using word low. Low means lowest value, and then hyphen. Hyphen specify the range, and when hyphen comes then it includes the values. So here hyphen means from low to 1 lakh, but this 1 lakh will not get included. Why? Because we have applied this bracket. So low to less than 1 lakh, this means less than 1 lakh. So guys, wherever this angle bracket is applied, we apply the same angle bracket, but only the position of the bracket is changed. Whatever values we do not want to include. So here we do not want to include 1 lakh, so that means less than 1 lakh. So we applied this angle bracket just before the 1 lakh. So low to 1 lakh comes poor, and the second one greater than equal to 1 lakh and less than equal to 2 lakh. So we want to include 1 lakh, so we keep the 1 lakh here. Then hyphen, hyphen means it will include the 1 lakh, and we haven't applied any angle bracket here, so that means it will include 1 lakh to 2 lakh. Both the values will get included. So this one and this one. So 1 lakh to 2 lakh, if it comes for any person's income, then that person will come under lower middle class. And in the next, middle class greater than 2 lakh and less than equal to 5 lakh. So here 2 lakh, but we do not want to include 2 lakh because we want greater than 2 lakh. So we applied this bracket. So this 2 lakh will not include greater than 2 lakh. And then we applied hyphen, and this side we do not have any angle bracket. So that means this is a part of the range. So greater than 2 lakh and less than equal to 5 lakh. So that comes under middle class. And the next one is upper middle class, greater than 5 lakh and less than equal to 10 lakhs. That is 1 million. So we have 5 lakh, but we applied the angle bracket, so we'll not include the 5 lakh, that means greater than 5 lakh, and we applied hyphen, and this will include the 10 lakh. So greater than 5 lakh and less than equal to 10 lakhs comes under upper middle class. And for the rich people, it's greater than 10 lakh. So we are saying greater than 10 lakh, we applying angle bracket here, so it will not include 10 lakhs but more than 10 lakhs, and then high, whatever value comes greater than 10 lakhs, the people will be rich. And the last one is, in if else statement we generally use else, so here we can use other. So if the values does not come under in this range, then we can categorize them as non-categorized, so maybe missing values or anything. So in our example we can see that I kept one observation as missing, so for that one non-categorized will be applied. Let's apply the format here. So we are using data employee income, we are creating data employee income set emp, this is the emp data, and we are applying the format income, then income pyramid. So we created the income pyramid, so we have applied it here, and this is the output data set. So now 101, it has 1 lakh, now it has replaced to lower middle class. 102 has 50,000 income, so it is poor. So similar way all the values are categorized, and at the last one we can see 108, this is missing, so this doesn't come in any of this range, so that's why this one is formatted as non-categorized. So guys, this is little large, but this is not difficult. I hope you understood this. Let's move on to the next. What is dynamic format? So when we create a format at runtime, we called it dynamic format. So how do we create? Let's first see the answer. You can create a format using SAS dataset. For this, CNT-LIN option is used in proc format. Input dataset must at least contain the three variables: FMT name, start, and a label. You can see guys, I have mentioned 4 variables, and in the line I am saying 3 variables. This one is little contradictory, but I will explain. Okay, so we need 3 variables if we want to create formats using a data set. So we have a lot of values in data set, and we want to create a format based on that data set, maybe millions of observation. We want to create a format. How do we create? Okay, for that we need variables. So data set should be formatted or structured in such a way. So what we need? So first thing we need is FMT name. FMT name is the name of the format or INFORMAT. Start gives the range starting value. So in previous question we have seen we have range, starting value, and end value. Okay, before the hyphen and after the hyphen. So start value and then end value, and then we have label, what value we want to replace. So these 4 variables we needed. However, if we do not have a range, then how many variables we need? We need FMT name, we need start, and then we need label. So we do not need an end value, because if there is no range, then there is no need for the end variable. So these 3 variables should be present in a data set if you want to create format using a data set. Let's understand this with an example. Okay, so we have a data set named country, and in that data set we have two character country abbreviation IN, US, AU, UK. So I have shown here only 4 observation. There may be 200 and more than that observation based on the number of countries. So there are 4 I have shown here. So IN India, US, United States, AU, Australia, UK, United Kingdom. We want to create format using this data set. So for that, I've explained previously that we need to format this data set in such a way that it will contain 3 variables. So we'll need to rename or restructure this data set to include those 3 variables. So how do we do that? Let's see into the restructuring section. So here data country format, I am creating a country format data set, then set copying the values from this data set. Now I am renaming. So CNT variable where country abbreviation there I have renamed it as start because this is a range. So wherever in then equal to India. So start CNT name. This will act as a label. So I have given it as label. And then I am using the third variable FMT name, that is a name of the format. So this variable is not present into this data set. So I have created that variable using retain statement. So the name of the format would be cont name. So when we run this, the data set would get restructured as per our requirement. Now, how would I create the format using this data set? So we'll use proc format, then library. If you omit this library, then it's fine. It will create the format into work library only, but you can specify where you want to create format. Then we will use CNT LIN option. So in CNT LIN, I will mention the name of the data set. So here name of the data set we have created is country format. So country format will specify. So what format will get created now? This procedure will create cont name format. So we can apply that format into this visa data set and it will replace these values with these full names. Let's see this into the next slide. Okay, so I have just displayed how that format is created. Below is the documentation of font name format. So if we apply this, we will be able to see the definition of that particular format. So proc format, library equal work, then FMT lib, then select font name. Okay, so FMT lib is to show all the formats present into work library. And here we are selecting with the select statement only one format. So it will display this. So here you can see start and end. So guys, we haven't created end variable into this documentation. You can see that end variable is there. So end variable is automatically created if we do not have a range. So the start and end range are same, you can see. So that's why we haven't created the AND variable, but it has automatically got created. Now the label, so wherever AU comes, it will replace with Australia, IN India, United Kingdom, and same way. So this is the documentation. Let's see the output when we apply this format to the visa dataset. So here is the country dataset. This is the visa. Based on the country, we have created the count name format. Now we will apply the format. So we are creating visa final dataset using visa and we are applying the format on this variable CNT visa. And what format we are applying? Count name and run. So when we run this, it will do this. This data set will create it. So now IN is replaced with India, US is replaced with United States, and AU is replaced with Australia. So guys, this one is very important. If anyone would going to ask you a question, then probably the interviewer would ask a question on this topic. Okay, CNT LIN, how to create dynamic format using a data set. I hope this is clear. Let's move on to the next. Alright guys, so here is a bonus question for you. Let's see the question. Write a program to create a data set using income pyramid. So income pyramid, we have created this into the previous question number 5, where a person has an income of less than 1 lakh. That person comes and under poor and middle class and upper middle class, similar ways. So we have created this income pyramid format. So now the question is, we have created formats using a data set. Now what we need to do? We need to create a data set using a already created format. How do we do that? Let's see the answer. So it is pretty simple. You will use proc format library where the format is available. Then we will use CNTLOUT. When we were creating formats using dataset, we were using CNTLIN, but now we are creating a dataset, so we are using OUT. So CNTLOUT. So we are outputting a dataset. Then the name of the dataset that you want to create. So I just mentioned a random name like my format. Then we need to select the format, what format we want to write this into output dataset. Then we need to select what format we want to write into a output dataset. So this time we are selecting income pyramid. That format is present into work library. So this particular dataset will get created. There are lot many variables are present. So I just kept few of the variables in this screenshot. So the format name is income pyramid. Now you can see start and end. This is the range. So low to 1 lakh, 1 lakh to 2 lakh, 2 lakh to 5 lakh, 5 lakh to 10 lakh, and then 10 lakh to high is rich, and other values are non-categorized. So you can see this way we can write our format into output dataset. So we have all the values. If you want to create a format using dataset, we have the dataset we can use because it's already formatted. We can create it. We can take this format out. We can copy this dataset in some location and we can create a format using this. Okay, now if we already have a format, we can create a dataset. If you have a dataset, we can create a format. So I think guys, you are clear on that one. This is very important. If you have any doubt, you can mention into the comment section. Let's move on to the next. All right guys, topic is complete. So if you have any questions, you can mention into the comment section. Okay guys, if you like my video, please do subscribe my channel, hit like button, or share this video to anyone who want to learn SAS or who is preparing for SAS interview. Okay guys, so we'll meet into the next session. Till then, bye and take care.